this is your first time viewing the video, I would like to welcome you. I'm Walt Win Big, aka 93, and let's go. And this is the Win Big exclusive show. And if this is your second time viewing the video, like you watched the video and you decided to come back, welcome back. Let's do it. And if you've been watching 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 videos, you already know what it is. Let's go. Let's do it. So it is February 3rd, 2024, year of our Lord. Ooh. And I'm just gonna jump in it, you know what I'm saying? I have a lot and I don't really know how to give it all to you in one go. So I'm gonna chop the videos up. Like the last video I asked 2 questions. And in this video I'm just gonna kind of chop up one question because it's a lot. You can't just do one little thing and not really do it for real. So the question in my last video was, if you were a slave, would you be a house nigga or would you be a field nigga? And I just asked that question just for some dialogue. And I want to talk to you today about colorism, right? And upon doing research, I found that colorism started in Asian culture. And I didn't even know that. Like, I was like, wow, like Asian culture for real? And in Asian culture, like if you worked outside, like doing manual labor type stuff, you were considered lower class because of the type of work that you did. And the people who were considered high class or elite didn't have to work outside. Like they were doing whatever it is that they did, but they went outside. So the people who worked outside became darker because of the sun. And the people who didn't have to work outside were more fair skinned because they didn't have to work in the sun. And therefore, colorism became a thing. In slavery, colorism worked the same way, but it was different. And the people who worked around the slave owners and entertained the slave owners' guests, they were more fair skinned because the people who were in the field were more darker. And to the slave owners, they didn't like to see black people for real, like dark dark people in their presence for real. Like that was a thing. Like they didn't really just want to be looking at you for real. And the people who were more fair skinned were more, they look more like the slave owners or the slave masters' guests or whatever. They look closer than somebody that who worked in the field all day. And with that, the ones that worked in the house were more privileged, if you will. Not a lot, but just a little bit. Like for example, if they were given scraps, they were given more better scraps than the ones in the field. And it wasn't by a lot though. Like I don't want to, it was not a big difference in the treatment, but it was a difference in the treatment. And within that, that create division between the slaves. Like the ones that worked in the house or worked around the masters and stuff like that, they got a little uppity, you know what I'm saying? And the ones that worked in the field felt some type of way. And I would too, like because you feel like you somebody for real, not in a mad way, like I want to like kill you or beat you up, but we both slaves for real, you know what I'm saying? And that became a theme. And not only just then, like through life when slavery was abolished as well. Like I also learned that people who commit crimes who are fair skinned and people who are darker, like if they commit the same crime, the people who are more fair skinned get lesser time. I was like, wow, I didn't know that. Also in romance, like they say that women who are more fair skinned get married more than darker skinned women. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like it goes deep for real. Like I didn't know it was really that deep. So it's a lot that goes in colorism and how we see people. And if you have a story about colorism, like maybe you're light skinned, maybe you're darker skinned, I would love to hear your story where if you were treated differently because you were darker, you were treated differently because you were lighter. You know what I'm saying? Like I never had like a colorism experience in my life for real. Not that I know of or was paying attention to, but if you do, I would love to hear it. But it's a lot that goes into colorism. Like people who are more fair skinned get the job faster. They get the more high paying jobs. Like I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. And when slavery was abolished, like when the people were going to get jobs, the fair skinned people, they would put on the applications like more like fair skinned before they would put their experience. Like, and I'm like, wow, bro, that's wow. Just to think about that for real, just how you treat people because of their skin color, like just it's tough for real. And this is what we had to go through and still going through today because I still see things like, oh, how light skinned guys act versus how dark skinned guys act. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing for real. And I just want to just kind of dive in and explore if you have any colorism stories, like if anything has happened to you about colorism. And that's all I have. I ain't gonna talk you to death about it, but we can start a dialogue. And that's all I have is Walt Win Big at the Win Big exclusive show. And let's go. Ugh.